In one of the previous videos, we spoke about selling digital products online without the use of a shopping cart. We looked at Koji, we looked at Gumroad. There are many other platforms out there that facilitate the sales to make it really, really easy. But what if you have quote unquote grown up? What if you demand more? What if you have more audience and you want to explore some other opportunities? Well, today we're going to talk about an advanced checkout tool, which is called ThriveCart. And I'm going to show you amazing tips and tricks that it can do to expand how much you sell. Let's get into it. Welcome, everyone. ThriveCart is not like Gumroad or like Koji. ThriveCart was originally a purpose-built software to facilitate checkout transactions. It was a shopping cart, and an advanced shopping cart at that. It's not like WooCommerce. It does not necessarily mean that it provides you the facilities to create an online store. No, but it is very much focused on digital products that people want to sell. It is very, very powerful. We're going to go through some of its features today. We're going to go through some of its advanced features, specifically touching upon those elements that can help you sell more. And then we're going to talk about some of the additions that they built in, and I'm going to share my opinion as to what I think about them. So join me on the screen and let's dive right into this. What you see here in front of you is one of the pages that I had on one of my businesses that lists a bunch of products. When you first join, there's not going to be anything here, and you're going to start by pressing this button, which is to create a product. Now let's talk about what a product can be. A product can be anything, literally anything. Would you like to sell a PDF with your recipes? You can do that. Do you want to subscribe your people to your classes? You can do that. Do you want to sell a course, such as this course that I'm selling up at the top? You can do that as well. In fact, one of the key ingredients which makes ThriveCart successful is its ability to integrate with other platforms. I'm just going to show you very quickly, before we return to this page, all of the integrations that it provides out of the box. Not only do they provide these integrations, they also demonstrate step by step, either by a video or with text, with clear instructions as to how to set them up, which I found to be tremendously helpful. Let's talk about who they integrate with. First and foremost, payment processors. In other words, companies that actually process that credit card transaction. Autoresponders, connecting to your email, membership platforms, which is key for me. Remember, from all of my past videos, I'm using Thrive Themes, and Thrive Themes has a very robust course platform. That is where I usually send all of the people who buy my courses. Webinar platforms, fulfillment services, when you actually need to ship a physical product, notification platforms, sales tax platforms, and let's just talk about that last one. Even in its native form, ThriveCart is very much a global shopping cart, which means they have tuned their platform to make sure that they recognize where your customers are coming from and what tax and at what rate needs to be withheld from them. It seems like a non-sexy feature, but believe me, when you're starting to grow and your business is blossoming, taxes become a real big problem. And most platforms avoid dealing with taxes to begin with. So what do I have set up? I have Stripe as a processor, PayPal. I have my Active Campaign set up. And I also have my Thrive Apprentice, which is the course platform within Thrive Themes. I have Printful, which is print-on-demand service, Google Sheets, Zapier. In fact, just the connection to Zapier allows you to do a whole host of things. And here, let me just walk you through what it means to create a product very quickly. You can have a digital or physical product. Remember, you can fulfill it. This is your definition of a product. This is any label that you want to give this product. This is going to be your checkout URL. And this is where you manage whether it's live, in test mode, or disabled. You will go through pricing and you can set a one-time price. In fact, pricing is very flexible. And flexibility, when you're getting into advanced platforms, is one thing you really care about. Trial period. Is it a one-time fee? Is it subscription? Is it a split pay? Is it name your own price? What do you want? Are you going to give people a trial period where they don't pay anything upfront and then automatically the payment goes through? This is how it's done. You can limit the quantity. So, for example, you can only buy a set number of products. This works really well for discounted physical products where you want to limit the number of people can buy. Once you set up your pricing, you can set to calculate tax. Do you want to customize your customer's payment notification? So what will the invoice say? Do you want to provide any additional information when the clients get their invoice? In my case, I do. I actually want to stipulate the URL that they would need to go to in case they forget. There's a bump offer. You can set it depending on the jurisdiction. Most of Europe and Canada does not allow you to pre-select a bump offer for a client. And if you're not familiar with a bump offer, it's an extra product. Let's call it an extra product or an extra service on top of your main product or service. In the US, you can actually have this pre-selected, so when the client gets to the checkout, let's say your main product is $100 and your bump product, an onboarding process, that is an extra $10. You can have that pre-selected, so the total amount is $110, and the client has the ability to check that off and not deal with that. You can select who is going to be processing your money. Now, this is interesting. Stripe has, in my opinion, a more intuitive interface when you need to put in your credit card information. And PayPal had some bad rep with some of their policies, but outside of that, PayPal has a very unique benefit here. And that has to do if you have partners or if you have affiliates for your product. Because this platform can manage affiliates, and let's actually talk about affiliates on the spot. It can pay your affiliates automatically so you don't have to deal with it. And sure, for people like myself or maybe you, if you're starting out, that might not sound like a big problem, but believe me, it is when you get to volume. And if you have affiliates, you can set up your commissions based on percentages or a fixed fee on the product commission. Are you going to be offering a commission on your bump offer? When are you going to be paying them? Are this going to be manually or automatically? Then you can set up your options. First of all, do you want to auto-approve those people applying to be affiliated, to be affiliates for your product? Is it going to be the last cookie that's used or the first cookie that's used that's going to use for attribution? In other words, which affiliate gets paid? Do you want the cookie to expire 7 days, 14 days? It's a good idea to set that expiry so that you give your new affiliates the chance to actually earn money. What is going to be the URL that they're going to be sending your clients to? And guess what? ThriveCart actually has an affiliate portal built in. In other words, you're not going to leave your affiliates out in the cold. They will be able to log in. They will be able to see how many people clicked, how many people bought through them, what is their payout that's pending, and so forth and so forth. It's very professional in that sense. And this is how you set up a product. Let me show you what that looks like from a product that's already been set up. So I have a course which I've been promoting recently. You take a piece of content, let's say a YouTube video, and automatically within the span of a few hours explode it to a month, 2 months worth of content across X, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, short videos, blog posts, podcasts. Let's see what it looks like. I'm just going to go to edit and you'll see what the setup, what the finished setup looks like for a product. All of the names, there's the pricing. I do offer a 1 hour consultation for people who bought this. Good for me. processors, I offer both Stripe and PayPal, and I indeed have affiliates. So if anyone wants to promote this product, they will be earning a 40% commission on the actual product and another 10% commission on the bump. And I have this section where affiliates set up. Then there's fulfillment, which means what happens after the client clicks that submit and I paid my money button. This is my support email. I'm going to be redirecting them to my membership site because I deliver this product as a course. Everything is done without any human intervention from my side. Then comes checkout. I am actually able to create full landing pages here. I'm going to show it to you. I do not build landing pages with ThriveCart, and I believe this is one of their weaknesses if we talk about this. Though you can, it is much more cumbersome than any other software out there. It's not as easy to copy and paste. It's not as easy to format. But if you were to ask me, does this look professional? Does this look good? It certainly does. I'm 100% would stand by it. Once you click next, you get to the window of what people see once they actually purchase. So this is great. I'm going to exit without saving any changes. And lastly, behavior. This is the spot where a lot of people overlook, and you shouldn't. Make sure that people who buy from you are subscribed to your newsletter or another email campaign. Not only can you set up what happens on purchase of this product, they're subscribed to ActiveCampaign with this particular tag. So once that tag is available, I can set them through any automation. What happens if they return the product? Now, let me show you. The main product is purchased. Your custom checkbox is ticked. The cart is abandoned. A payment is declined. The bump offer is purchased. The bump offer is refunded. Because you want to unsubscribe people, you want to limit their access to a specific platform depending on what happened. And you can add them to the list, you can add them to an automation, you can assign a tag to a customer, do whatever you want. It's very, very useful because it automates the whole process of servicing a client. And in the video when I describe what is a welcome email campaign, this is how it works. You sell setting up with ThriveCart, they get access to the course, they get added to your email campaign, and it all works like magic. But let's talk about now some more advanced features that are really, really cool. Let's go back to, in my earlier videos, we talked about creating a roadmap to how you sell your products. And in there, you had people coming in from social platforms, reading the page, deciding to opt in, or going convinced and going through a sales page. Then they click the order form, which you just saw. And then when they click the order form, there are two things, at least two things that you should consider. When they buy a product, why wouldn't you offer them an upsell? So let's pretend that you're selling a PDF of recipes. What would an upsell be? Well, an upsell can be a masterclass in cooking. Okay, somebody says, nah, that's too expensive. And they say no. Okay, then lead them to the downsell, this option. So here's an upsell. If they say yes, then the thank you page will include their original offer props the upsell. But if they don't, hold on, don't let them leave. Offer them something else. Maybe you have a custom, spatula that you're selling, which is much lower in price than your original order form, and it becomes that add-on because usually both the upsells and the downsells are high margin items where you can make additional profit. But they have to be useful and make sure that they are linked. And I've seen some situations where this dynamic between an upsell and a downsell plays out not once, not twice, but even 3 times. So a customer goes here, they say no, they go to a downsell, but when they buy the downsell, they're offered another upsell, and so forth and so forth. But this is an opportunity for you to do that. And Imagine the situation where they did buy your upsell and it's a class and you want to engage them in follow-up material, which is a separate from your one newsletter that you send to everyone. ThriveCart gives you the ability to make sure that you can connect them into that flow and have them be an active part of your community. And you set it up here. You can have upsells. You can have the same fulfillment, and you can have behavior that applies to what happens after the purchase is complete. So that's upsells. Then you have the same thing with downsells. You can perform A and B tests, and you certainly can assign coupons. Who doesn't like coupons? And the power of ThriveCart really shines here. You can say that if it's a discount of a specific price, if it's percentage, if it's free shipping, and what the discount actually is. Then you can set usage of a coupon, because it's very important. Is it redeemable immediately, or are you focusing on a specific campaign from a set date? You can have it so the coupon is redeemable until you disable it, or it stops after a certain date. Think of holiday season or Black Friday that's coming up. You want a coupon to start at the beginning of the week and end at the end of that same week. Great, you can do this. Will this auto apply to an affiliate? And disable after a fixed number of uses so people don't abuse this code. Maybe each affiliate gets their own code and they're allowed to have 5 people use it. Which product does it apply to? And again, what behavior happens? Because you want to update your CRM system with information if a client used a coupon. What that does is when you're doing analytics on your funnel, you may find that the only time you sell is when you do have coupons or discounts. And that can be a problem, or that can be right on your strategy. You can also have not only affiliates, this is the dashboard, but you can also have joint venture partners. Let's say you're creating a course with somebody and they're contributing one part of the course and you are doing the other part of the course. Well, ThriveCart makes it really easy to make sure that you set up a contractual obligation and you split the profits automatically. And not only split the profits, ThriveCart will also take care of, okay, let's say your course costs $100 and you have affiliates and you have coupons. It will calculate $100 minus the commission of the affiliate, minus the value of coupon, and whatever is left is going to be divided by the partners in a proportion that you determine. Let me show you. You create a contract. You can choose an existing partner, or you can specify their email. You can apply a specific product to that partnership, and then you go into your contract settings. A name for this contract. When should this contract begin? How long should this contract last? You can have it run forever until it's manually canceled, or have a very predetermined period of time. And whether you want to pay your partners automatically or manually. This is, again, if you're using PayPal, this has become so simple. You don't need to log into here every single month and pay somebody out. It all happens on the fly. And then you determine percentages. Let's say all the main products, you split everything 50-50. All of the bumps, you get 90%, your partner gets 10%. You can specify it right here. So let's recap, because that was a lot of words. You've seen many different pages. You are able to set up a very professional funnel that is flexible and customizable to your heart's content. All of the documentation is easy to understand, and it connects to so many platforms that most of us use to sell digital products. Their settings are easy to understand. Their feature set is remarkable. And I have compared them to SamCart and some of the other platforms, and I chose them because the feature set is robust. Now, the drawbacks. The drawbacks are designed for checkout pages is good, but it's not great. Not nearly as great as some of the other features. It takes some getting used to. At the end of the day, you can either embed your shopping cart on your website, have it as a very simple checkout that lives on your website, or the way I do it is usually I have a button on my website that leads them to the ThriveCart checkout. Another thing is ThriveCart recently introduced courses. So you can build your courses and sell your courses right on this platform. I will be honest, I tried setting up a course and you see it in front of you. I did not enjoy the experience. I would say that this is not as robust as some of the other features, and I would not suggest you pick this up for its learning platform. Well, that's it. Now you know how you can create a funnel that converts, takes advantage, and puts as many offers in front of your client in the most convenient way, takes payment, keeps your analytics, allows you to engage your affiliates, maximize your sales. I think that's a good place to end it. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'm happy to answer them. Take care. See you next time.